What up, what up? Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast. My name's Nick Ingval. I'm with my guys, Rohit, Mike, and Robbie to talk about some kicks. We're going to do a little rockin' and coppin' episode. You know how it goes. Got to show us what we've been wearing. Show you, I should say, what we've been wearing and what we're looking at picking up, what we've picked up, all those good things. But before we get into that, how you guys doing?
Good, man. I'm glad to see all four of us back together. I think the first time this year, right?
It's a new year. It's a new me, but it's the same we.
I love it.
First time in many moons, but it's good to be back.
Yes, sir.
Has been a while. All right. We're going to get right into it. And I know Robbie and I are both just curious what Rohit was messing around with before we hit record. So Rohit's got to start us off.
Rohit's got a couple shoes.
A couple shoes, for sure. This holiday season, there was a lot of gifts given to me by me. And in the old Carmelo Anthony SB speech, I'd like to thank myself for being such a great gift giver, and I'd like to thank myself for being such a great gift receiver. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what I was rocking, and that was these. The Pink Box Dunk. Like, these have kind of unofficially turned into a beater, which is an absurd statement, because I think for a lot of people this may be a grail, but such is life for Roheezy, a.k.a. Rohit, because that's not only how people mispronounce my name, that's my new alter ego when it comes to my footwear collection. But anyway, as I digress, what people are really here for are what are we copping? So I did cop many a shoe. Robbie and I talked about it in a previous episode, but the one that I did not mention was this one, the LeBron 20 Abalone. And This was an impulse buy because I had gone to Japan this past year in 2023, and I had my first and probably only bite of abalone, and my goodness, that thing still moves inside you after you consume it. So I figure what better way to commemorate that meal and that year by buying this. And then from one king to another king, the one
Pause. Just pause.
Just pause. What are you talking about?
No, just he's good. Just let him roll.
ISO. You know me. I'm just going to talk and then I'll be silent for the rest of it.
No, you can keep talking. It's a lot of the stuff he said. He needed like a pause in between like the double entendre. It's like pause.
Listen, this is like any good rap posse track. You always need one dude that has like triple entendres in the verse, but you don't pick up on it until 3 to 4 years later. So that's my...
I love it, Roy. Just keep on going.
Speaking of charismatic young men, that is the subject of the next shoe I copped, which is the AE1 for one Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. the Young Black King, a.k.a. Ain't You a Quarterback, a.k.a. America's Real Sweetheart. My goodness, these shoes are breathtaking. I'm probably going to try to cop another colorway because I think the new wave comes out today or tonight, depending on when you want to hear it. Yeah, and I just hope no Nike employees are listening to this. So that's my time. Thank you, guys.
We're going to blur your face out like you're in witness protection. Don't worry.
Yeah. Change the voice.
How is our Blorkle game and ball?
So have you put on those LeBrons yet?
I have. They're a nice shoe to be stranded in your own house, but there's a little bit of traction when you try to go outside with them because you will definitely call for a bag of icy hot and maybe one of those life alert bracelets because your boy definitely probably did a double gainer and a twist when he was up in the air. But, you know, I've noticed that a lot of performance basketball shoes are catered towards indoor basketball, and that's right, after trying to walk not only a mile, maybe a couple steps in these.
All right, Good to know.
That's dangerous. I mean, show the colorway of those Anthony Edwards ones because the All-Star one's kind of like a flight posit greenish blue, and that's a really cool orange. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And a peach even because I know that this colorway is called With Love, and it's supposed to symbolize his love of not only his mother and his grandmother, but his home state of Georgia, which if there's known for one thing, it is peaches.
Bulldogs.
Shout out to Justin Bieber and the Bulldogs.
Which that's a plug on him. He was a Bulldog, so.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I got to get a pair of those. Like, I actually want that colorway because that colorway is nice.
So let me do this. One of the many New Year's resolutions I have is I am not looking to pay any sort of resell. Okay. And when these came out, I had gone to the Adidas employee store. They did not seem to have them in the actual store itself. And so then I did what I think a lot of us as sneakerheads consider the walk of shame, which is going to StockX, going to GOAT, going to insert your favorite sneaker booth or consignment shop online, and I was like, I'm not paying $150 for these. They just came out. But shout outs to targeted ads on Instagram. I was able to be like, wait a minute, Champ Sports, Foot Locker, they should all have them. And that's what allowed me to pay retail and maintain my New Year's resolution. So listeners, please do that if you can. Nobody wants to pay resale.
I actually love the idea of. I think Mike and I should do the not paying retail. We'll buy 6,000 pairs of shoes at like $40 and under.
Yeah, boy. They're all playing Chucks too. Like they're all gonna be the same shoe. But Chucks and Vans, the only way we're gonna away with that.
I haven't bought a pair of shoes resale easily in 2 years. 2021,
That's
I
awesome.
definitely.
That's awesome.
I guess 2022. Yeah, I don't think I need that bad.
In an industry of flexing, there need to be more humble brags, and that might be the most humblest of brags I've seen. And I really appreciate the spirit of it. So thank you, Robbie. You've now given me something else to aspire to in terms of following your lead this year.
Well, I think you and others are a lot better about, I want that one shoe. I don't need to buy 5 pairs. I'm just going to, pay $300 for that one you missed. And I'm like, fuck it. There's another shoe's going to come at this point. So
and you know what? Another sneaker resolution for you guys. Let's normalize trades at our consignment shop, because once again, I'm still riding high off that Kobe trade up. And shout outs to my consigliere, Mr. Robbie.
Yeah, lots of good shoes going on. I'll just go next then, since I'm kind of talking anyway. So I've been wearing my the Off-White, the 10 Vapor Max. These are like my favorite. Kind of like Rohit, they don't stay very well in the slipperiest environments, but ice has melted. So the past 2 days, I can keep a couple of shoes in my closet, like where my clothes are downstairs. And this is it's these, a pair of Nano X3s and a New Balance 1700s, the Kith ones. Those I'll just be able to put on with any sweatpants, anything. I'll just like wear those 3 shoes a lot. So that's one of them. Love them to death. Great pickup. That's probably the last shoe I bought resale. No, that's a lie. The Carpe Diem Kobe. The Carpe Diem Kobe 4 Protro. I want to say 2022. Mm-hmm. Or whenever if Virgil died after 2022, time is so crazy. I don't even know when stuff happened anymore. I think Virgil might died 2021 though.
No, Virgil died 2022 because it was a year about a month ago. There was like the year anniversary. I saw.
Yeah.
So these might have been the last pair of resales that I bought. So that's cool. Now when it comes to shoes, I want to cop. I wish I was more like Rohit and had them in hand, but I don't because they haven't come out yet. Or by the time this episode drops, they will be out, and you and I will be able to acquire said shoes. So to start off, a really interesting thing to me that you don't get a lot of, I wish Nike would do more of this. It's the 90s football cross trainer or turf shoe retro. Reebok did the Barry Sanders 2023. This year it's just the preseason 94, which was like their turf trainer from that era. The turf series, it kind of went underneath the preseason moniker. Came out from 92 to 97, so it's like prime Reebok being in like, the chase, if you would say, right, between all the brands of who's jockeying for like the best shoe company. And from 92 to 97, you had stuff like, the Questions come out. You had stuff like the Sean Kemps. You had football shoes like this come out. You had this all around the block good Reeboks coming. So there's the preseason and the turf trainer. Looking forward to those. The Brett Favre, I can't stand Brett. Do not get me wrong, but his turf trainer from Nike is one of my favorites. This is from a design standpoint. I love the look of that shoe. It's a goofy, great Nike design. And then we have the Dion's coming out in 2024. We've got some diamond turf. So Nike is going to do it. Maybe it's because Reebok, went first. I said Barry Sanders earlier. It was Emmitt Smith in 2023. But I like seeing weird turf shoes, man. And to kind of go off on one other weird tangent, Jared Goff. It's really hard to beat Goff, man, especially in the playoffs. And
you use both hands?
Yeah, even you wear a glove, sticky traction, it's hard to beat him. But he wore like a steel blue, like the Kentucky blue looking let's say like the 2012 steel blue Air Jordan 10 that Anthony Davis wore at Kentucky, 2011-ish. He wore Detroit Lions Jordan 10 cleats. And like no one ever talks about that. And I thought it was really cool. So I'm like, this Jordan 10 cleat, that's awesome. Maybe we can buy a pair of those because Jordan only makes like 1s and 11s for football. Anywho, end tangent there. The second shoe I wanted to kind of pick up here, it's a band that isn't new, but I started listening to them in the past couple weeks. They're called Turnstile. It's like they call themselves punk band, but I think it's more like Blink-182 mixed with Block Party. And that's not like hate. I like the music.
I like both those
really
bands.
good to me. Yeah, I like both those bands too. So I'm like, once I heard there was a Converse collab coming out, I actually went and listened to them so I could like feel a little more educated on the drop. 5-person band, super cool. They have a tiny desk. Everybody likes NPR Tiny Desk. So check out Turnstile's NPR Tiny Desk. They also have a Converse 2-shoe collab coming out by the time this listens. By the time this gets into your ears, the shoe will be already released. It's a white 1-star and a black Chuck 70. The 1-star is kind of my favorite. It's like a shiny metallic red, kind of glittery red 1-star on a white base shoe. But a band collab on a shoe, kind of like Tyler the Creator, right? Converse tends to have these musicians and very low key sneaker drops that look really cool if you're either into the band, into Converse, or into sneakers. So I think if you fall into one of those three, or even better, 2 of the 3, you're probably going to be interested in the shoe. So check that out. Check out Turnstile. Check out the Reeboks coming out. Do not check out Brett Favre. He's a piece of shit. Other than that, like,
where do you stand on Wranglers?
Wranglers, oh man, or the magnesium copper fit, like magnesium
fit.
Copper, some stupid like element.
Hey, use your superpowers, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was what's really funny is that they keep talking about Jordan Love in the playoffs and they bring up Brett Favre and not the bad stuff. Anywho, Mike, what are you rocking and copping, my friend?
All right, so what I've been rocking, I mean, if anyone hasn't noticed, Nick and I have been trying to go a new shoe every day for this entire year, which is actually very daunting because I'm like, I just want to wear one pair of shoes a lot of times, and that's pretty sad. But the last couple I've worn were the Color Plus Company Saucony Shadow Grid 2 in the Beach Ramble color. Love this. It's all like full suede. It's kind of like outdoor ready with some like rubberized pieces, some little metal eyelets, things like that. Super cool. Part of a pack of like 3 different outdoor. They had the beach, the forest, and I also think they had the Arctic color as well. So one of these I just wore, and then because I didn't go anywhere because it's literally just pouring down raining for like the next 3 days here in Houston, I threw on my No Two Ways foams, just kind of walk around the house or throwing the trash out. So something I beat to death. I mean, I was always against foam shoes until I actually got a pair and like understand the appeal to them because you literally don't have to think about it and they can just take a beating and keep on going. So that's what I was rocking. Copping. I got a couple things. One, I didn't get to show these. So Reebok sent me and Britt some of the Harry Potter collection. These are the
Wingardium Leviosa.
You dog. I'm going to Harry Potter World next week, so this is sick.
Nice.
These are the Horcrux? Horcrux?
Yes, Horcrux. It's fine. Mike, keep going.
Yeah. So the classic leathers here, and she got the classic leather hexalites, the Patronus pair, which are really cool, like the light blue.
Those are so clean.
Yeah, they're really dope. But these are really nice, all suede. Have like one of the little Horcrux here on the end of the laces here as a Dubrain, like torn up laces like a homeboy's robe. So.
And that's the Deathly Hallows on the tongue, is it not? The other ones and the
Deathly Hallows and then Deathly Hallows there.
Mike, it's called the Ho Cross.
Ho Cross. Because when hoes see them, you don't cross them up. Shout out to Allen Iverson, the real Patronus. That's my Patronus. The answer.
All right, so next one up, Christmas gift from Britt were the Fear 3s. So
Nice.
I haven't actually gotten to wear these yet. But I've been wanting these since, 2013 when they came out. Finally got a pair. easy to get, which was really nice. The price was, I still don't agree with at retail, but definitely one I'll keep, and we'll get some wear out eventually when it stops being gross outside.
Still one of my favorite Jordan 3s.
I love that, man. It's such a clean 3.
I got to get it.
I've almost bought those multiple times for $145 and free shipping.
It's worth it,
I haven't
man.
bought a pair of shoes since I looked at my statement since December 8th was my last purchase.
Hey, that's
sneakers.
pretty good.
That's solid.
That's pretty good.
Robbie, if you
I
don't
want
mind
those
me
Harry
asking,
Potter Reeboks still, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this a marathon? Or are you just trying to go out as long as you can? Or like if something
No, I also
catches
spent
your
like
eye?
$400 at toys in New York. So it's like, I'm just not going to buy shoes. I'm just going to buy other things.
We have multiple problems. I mean, I feel a toy problem, and you see crap behind me lighting up. I'm like, I can't pick what I want. So another cop. I don't know if I showed these on the channel before we went on a little Christmas break, but the good folks over at Saucony sent me over the J-Tips, Grid Shadow 2, What's the Occasion in the brown and pink and green color. These are super dope. I mean, worn them a few times already, but they're kind of floating around in the back there too. One of the ones I'm just kind of, again, waiting for it not to be as gross outside so that our soggy, muddy ground won't tear them up so quickly. But besides that, copping, I have 80 ones. I want to get that blue color that drops, I guess, tonight. See how that goes. I am looking at the Voltage Purple Tuned Air. And then, of course, there's one more is the Chinese New Year New Balance 1906. Either the pink or the white color. They're pretty dope.
Nice. All right,
That's what I got, man.
I'm gonna do my today's rocking with little ASMR. Rock the Hyper Adapts. Nike. Is it not a Hyper Adapt? The Nike Adapt. Huarache Adapt. Sorry.
Nice.
I never wore that shoe until like maybe a year ago, and I just had it, and it was like I actually use it when I speak at like a design school occasionally, and like I use it as a story because I was like. Used to watch, Back to the Future, and then 40 years later, the story still continues, right? And that's good storytelling with shoes. But as soon as I wore them, I've like wanted to wear them more and more. And now, like this year, obviously, I'm trying to do this one shoe every day. But that shoe is super underrated. Like people just forgot about it, and like the technology is cool. It's super comfortable. I would absolutely pick up multiple colorways now that I've actually put it on my
Hold
feet.
it up again.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
I mean, it's a little dirty, but it's been raining here too, so.
Those are cool. I like the yellow too.
Yeah.
That's also not a rabbit if you're just listening. That sound.
This episode has gotten a little crazy, hasn't it? All right.
It usually does with the four of us.
So
can't take us nowhere.
I don't know why. I've been on a little bit of an Adidas kick. I went to the outlets and picked up a couple shoes that I'd been looking at for quite a while. And you'll see kind of right away why I wanted this pair that I've already worn. You could see one
Orange
of the shoes.
and black.
Yeah, I mean, classic shoe.
Take that.
It was basically $50. Like the materials on these are super nice too, which is, I don't know, like.
And they're comfy.
Yeah,
they're
it's just
wide.
like classic.
Yeah.
Comfortable shoe. I don't know, man. I'm really into it. And then also picked up the Torsion Supers, which is kind of
those are clean.
like mid to late 90s runner. Just like I don't know, like I like the kind of funky mesh on here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like this mesh is like kind of really. It's not like regular mesh. I don't know what you would call it, and it's not ballistic.
It's ribbed.
But it's like
I was gonna say faux corduroy.
yeah,
corduroy?
something like that. But I love all those like kind of '90s Adidas runners. That's one of them. And then another recent pickup. This one I can't remember where I got this, but I got it online. This is the Supernova Cushion 7. I think Mike has a pair of these, right?
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah, I originally saw the black and white pair that you got. And this color is just like kind of like I don't know, like little like
is it khaki,
kind of
like a
like
green
khaki
or?
and brown color.
Okay.
But yeah, I picked up actually an all white pair of that same shoe, and then when I saw these were like $35, I was like, might as well. So that's my
Where's the kitchen sink, Nick?
I can't reach it. I'd have to disconnect, but I definitely got that too. You could tell I haven't been on the show with pickups in a long time because it has been a while since I actually bought shoes. But yeah, I mean, collectively that's $140 worth of shoes. So
that's nothing.
Yeah,
I love it though. You got 3 shoes.
That's my favorite. Yeah, but yeah, and then as far as what I'm looking at, I mean, I'm kind of just focused on the Anthony Edwards shoe. The other shoe that I think is really interesting is there's a couple of like Nike SBs that have come out that the Ishod Wear. And then the I forget the one that kind of looks like the Air Max Plus upper that's like coming soon, but it's like a skate shoe. I forget what it's called. I'll put the name in the description or on the screen here, but it's a pretty good one. I think it's going to be one that will probably be pretty popular because I think there's been like a interest in skate shoes in general. So like the brands are getting a little bit better about being creative about what they're putting out there. Which
are they out already?
I don't think those ones are out. I just saw like photos of those. I know the Ishod Wear is those are out because they're in the Discord. Out. Interesting thing about that shoe, I forget who posted it today, but the insole of that shoe is actually an air unit. Like there's air in the heel of it, and then the outside is just like a clear cup, like cup sole to drop that into, which is really interesting. I've never seen that on a Nike shoe before. So,
is that coming out for Air Max Day by chance, or will it come out sooner? Because it seems very headliney for Air Max Day, especially if you're utilizing that as the upper or the insole. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that shoe's out now. You would think if they're going to do that on one shoe, they would do it on others. So, I would definitely be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Any parting thoughts?
Buy shoes. Wear shoes. Love shoes.
Buy shoes for retail or less.
Yeah, retail or less. All right. Well, thanks for rocking with us. You can find us all in the links below, and we appreciate you. And we'll hopefully see you next week for another episode of Rockin' and Coppin'. Peace.
See you.